are going to be taking a look at something very, very amazing. Finally, it's come in, the RX-77-2 Guncannon. Of course, this isn't the Guncannon with the extra large crotch piece that you can, take a knee on. This is the anime version, of course, from Robot Damashii. Cool package. Starting things off, this is number 203 in the Robot Damashii line, and you get a nice little emblem of the Federation right there. Nice red Guncannon, looking very powerful in this photo. Yeah, this is of course from the original Mobile Suit Gundam, the original series, and if you didn't know already, it's action, new imagination, memory, and emotion of the first generation. Wow, anime. Taking a look at the back of the package. Well, actually, we can take a look at the side too. You can see all the little special features that come with this figure, including gimmicks and whatnot. And then you can see some of the articulation on the back of the package, including crouching action. Yeah, awesome. And then you can see some, it looks like a splice of anime clips and done anime clips with Robot Damashii. So very cool. Yeah, there's a picture of the Guncannon's feet. And then we get a nice little picture of the Guncannon itself. So, all in all, looks like a nice package. Let's go ahead and open up the Guncannon and take a look. And so right out of the box, I have to say, very, very naked looking Guncannon. I was actually expecting to see some numbering. And then, to my surprise, when I open up the package, look what pops out with the instructions. Decals, meaning you can put whatever number you want on these suckers. There's 108, 109, and 203, if you can see that. That's very cool. I like that they added that. That's one of the accessories I guess you would get. But overall, looking at the figure, very, very nice. Doesn't have too much weight to it. And it kind of feels like a model kit, just a little bit more, I want to say, together. Doesn't feel like it'll break apart too easily. Nice coloring, red. The white is obviously white. The gray is gray. The sky is blue. Everything is where it's supposed to be on this figure. Now we move on to, of course, accessories. Starting off with what is undoubtedly a staple in these anime version Gundam figures, we have the rack. Besides the somewhat closed fists that are already on the figure itself, you get 4 extra pairs of hands. Count them, 5 total with the ones that are on the figure. You get these mid-open kind of throwy hands right here. You also get these just plain open hands, like it's holding something. You get 2 sets of different pairs of trigger fingers for some odd reason, so that's weird. But yeah, nice, of course, accessible, stackable racks for your hands and these figures. Robot Damashii. Yeah, cool. You, of course, get the trademark Guncannon beam rifle. Nicely painted scope, very gold, pops out like so. Handle for aiming, and there it goes. Nothing else moves, but it's so nice to have not just an ordinary beam rifle sometimes. You also get an extra pair of little antennas for the back of the Guncannon's head. Yeah, so that's cool. You get these little red things. I can only assume they're like grenades. I can't remember them in the original series, so forgive me. And I dropped one. So yeah, they attach to the Guncannon side skirt. And then what came as a surprise, I didn't think they were going to come with the Guncannon, beam effect parts and thruster effect parts. So these, of course, attach to the Guncannon's cannons, and I'll show you that right now. Oops, and I just knocked off the Guncannon's antennae. So moving to the cannons, they can pop in like so. Simple peg system. And yeah, so that's pretty cool. Nice little effect. I guess this part is showing off the gimmicks as well, because these are the only gimmicks you will get in this figure. Now for the blue portions, these are thrusters, so basically you put them in these little holes that are on the back of the Guncannon. And you, of course, could probably use these for other figures as well. But yeah, there you go. So if you're in space, it's... That sucks. But yes, imagine that animated. Alright, so that's accessories and just one little gimmick, 2 gimmicks that come with the Guncannon, but that's still very cool. Let's move on to articulation, shall we? Now, right off the bat, I want to just say that I'm very surprised of the articulation on this figure. I was kind of thinking that everything would be kind of weird just because of how the Guncannon's been on the MSIAs and a couple model kits that I've seen with this guy, but it works. It's not too bad. Starting with the head, you do get full 360 rotation, but of course it is hindered because of these huge giant cannons on his shoulders, which they do move up about that far, pointing up, and that far down. But you also get articulation in the cannons as well. They can extend about that much, like a little millimeter. Oh, very impressive. And they can go down. Be careful with this antenna in the back. It does like a pop off very easily, at least on mine it does. I'm just going to put that to the side right there. Moving on to the arms, shoulders pop out on a hinge and move closer to the inner chest, or midsection of the chest, whatever you want to call it. And they also rotate full 360 like so. Can go up about that far. Can rotate at the bicep if I can get it to move. Yeah, it's a little stiff. This figure's... can it? Yes, there it is. But it really doesn't matter because you also get some rotation in the elbow as well, like so. And speaking of the elbow, double articulation, so not too bad. And as you can tell, the hand, the wrist does point outward or does bend out like so. I'm assuming that's just to get a good grip on the beam rifle, and it is the hand is attached by a ball joint, so you get full rotation right there. Moving to the torso, the midsection, get a nice little bend forward, bend backwards, not far back, but yeah, you can't really go 360. It feels like you might break it, so it can only turn about that much. Moving to the skirt armor, it's a ball joint for the skirt armor, and looks like just a simple hinge for the side skirt armor. The back skirt armor doesn't want to move. That's okay, no problem with that. But it does allow, yeah, there goes that far up for the front skirt armor. Again, new thing, or I guess the constant thing with all these legs being designed is that they can swing forward. My figure's stiff. It's not doing it, but guaranteed it does do it. You do get a full rotation right here at the leg. Can move, but again it's stiff and I don't want to break it, so that's very weird. Double articulation in the knee joint. It's a really rounded knee. And then we get some nice ankle pivot with a little bit of the toes pointing upward. A little bit. I'm going to sneeze. Can I edit that out? No, I'm not going to edit that out. But yeah, that's pretty much it for articulation. It's very nice, very simple, classic design, and very, very uncomplicated. So nothing falls off, except for the antenna for the back. But whatever, things can't always be perfect. Let's go ahead and take a final look at the figure, and then we're going to move on to final thoughts. And sadly, I forgot that, of course, you get some articulation in the head, with the head pointing upward about that much, and the back little canisters do move out a little bit, ever so slightly. But yes, the closer look at the Guncannon, there you go, he's just pointing upward. Yeah, not too bad. Very much the same as the SCM Pro. Is that what it was? Or, God, I can't remember. I recently reviewed another Guncannon that was pretty much just as good as Robot Damashii. Just a little bit more artistically designed. But yeah, very cool that this figure came out finally. I have to say, seeing this figure really raises my hopes to get a gun tank finally, and maybe some 08th MS team figures as well, and maybe down the line a rebooted Goof Custom. But besides all that, this is really a great figure. I definitely love the addition of the effect parts, and they're really nicely done. This nice bright purple pinkish going into the nice white color really does justice to the whole illusion that this thing is firing its cannons. And if you were wondering, yes, they can attach to the barrel of the beam rifle, so that looks very cool as well. The only downside is that the figure has the flaw of having its antennas in the back come off, so the opportunity to lose them is very high, but thankfully Bandai thought ahead and added an extra pair of fins for you. That being said, this figure isn't too highly priced. It's around the midsection of $40 to $45. But if you pre-ordered early, you got an extra little bonus, which I'll review that later. Also, what's really cool about this figure is that you get these decals to number it whatever you want. So that is very cool. I hope they start doing that with more of the regular release robot Damashii. Other than that, it's cool to have something other than, you know, a Gundam to fight against a Zaku 2 and all that. And as you can tell, yeah, they're pretty close in scale. Not too tall with the Zaku 2, which is rightfully so. The Guncannon was a little bit shorter from what I can remember. But yeah, very cool, great figure. Definitely recommend it. And I hope you enjoyed the review. Please hit the like, dislike, or subscribe button, whatever you'd like to do. And go ahead and leave a comment. Tell me what you think about the figure, whatever. Say hi, doesn't matter. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said, stay tuned for more. Bye.